Love the Ravens as much as we do? Then smash that subscribe button and stay locked in with Flock News for all the drama, updates, and excitement all season long. In a shocking turn of events that has sent ripples through the NFL community, Ravens head coach John Harbaugh has officially announced that Jalen Ramsey, one of the league's premier cornerbacks, is joining the Baltimore Ravens. The news, which broke late last night, immediately ignited a frenzy among fans and analysts alike, as speculation had been swirling for weeks about Ramsey's potential move. Rumors had suggested that several teams were aggressively pursuing him, but few expected Baltimore to emerge as the frontrunner. Harbaugh, known for his calm yet strategic approach to team building, appeared on social media and addressed the decision with his trademark confidence, emphasizing the unique skill set Ramsey brings to the Ravens' defensive scheme. The announcement was accompanied by clips of Ramsey's career highlights, showcasing his ability to shut down elite receivers, make game-changing interceptions, and transform defensive units. Fans immediately began discussing how his presence could alter the Ravens' strategy, particularly in high-stakes matchups against the league's most explosive passing offenses. Social media erupted with speculation about which defensive schemes Harbaugh will implement to maximize Ramsey's talents. Analysts quickly began dissecting how this addition impacts both the Ravens' secondary and the overall balance of the team heading into the next season, painting a picture of a franchise that is boldly signaling its intent to dominate. The arrival of Jalen Ramsey in Baltimore carries not just strategic implications, but psychological ones as well, sending a strong message to the rest of the NFL that the Ravens are willing to invest heavily in defensive talent to maintain their competitive edge. Historically, Ramsey has been known for his brash personality and unwavering confidence on and off the field, and this move raises intriguing questions about how he will integrate into the Ravens' locker room culture. Harbaugh, who has a reputation for managing strong personalities effectively, will now face the challenge of balancing Ramsey's outspoken presence with the team's established leadership structure. Rumors suggest that early meetings between Ramsey and key defensive players have already been productive, with mutual respect quickly forming as each player recognizes the other's capabilities. Social media chatter has been relentless, with fans speculating on everything from potential matchups in upcoming games to how Ramsey's presence might influence draft strategies and free agency decisions moving forward. Some insiders hint at possible adjustments in the Ravens' defensive playbook to capitalize on Ramsey's man-to-man coverage skills, which could revolutionize the team's approach against elite quarterbacks. Meanwhile, the media frenzy surrounding this announcement continues to grow, as every analyst, commentator, and fan has an opinion on what this acquisition truly means for the Ravens' Super Bowl aspirations. Many are viewing Ramsey's addition as a statement move by Baltimore, signaling their intent to reclaim prominence in the highly competitive AFC North. With fierce rivals like the Bengals and Steelers constantly vying for supremacy, having a player of Ramsey's caliber could shift the division dynamics in a dramatic fashion. Speculation is already rampant about how Ramsey will be utilized against top-tier wide receivers, especially in critical divisional matchups that often define playoff seeding. Sports talk shows and social media platforms are buzzing with breakdowns of Ramsey's past performances, highlighting his interceptions, pass breakups, and ability to read quarterbacks with almost preternatural anticipation. Analysts are predicting a domino effect, where Ramsey's presence could free up other defensive backs to be more aggressive, create turnovers, and pressure opposing quarterbacks in ways that were previously unattainable. Fans have flooded forums with predictions, debating everything from Ramsey's potential first interception in a Ravens uniform to the number of Pro Bowl appearances he might secure while in Baltimore. The broader NFL community is watching intently, with some questioning how other teams might respond strategically, whether through trades, acquisitions, or changes in offensive schemes to counterbalance Ramsey's impact. The conversation has become so pervasive that it feels as though the league is collectively holding its breath, waiting to see how this high-profile acquisition will play out in the coming months and what ripple effects it will generate. Off the field, the buzz surrounding Ramsey's move has sparked intense media coverage, interviews, and speculative analysis. Pundits are exploring not only the tactical benefits, but also the commercial and branding implications, as star players often influence merchandise sales, sponsorship deals, and team visibility. There is a growing narrative that Ramsey's outspoken personality, combined with Baltimore's storied football culture, creates a compelling storyline for fans and sports journalists alike. Social media engagement has skyrocketed, with hashtags trending nationwide as fans express excitement, skepticism, and curiosity simultaneously. Rumors abound about Ramsey's potential interactions with quarterbacks, running backs, and other defensive stalwarts, with some insiders hinting at locker room chemistry that could be pivotal for team morale and cohesion. Analysts have begun comparing Ramsey's move to other blockbuster trades in NFL history, debating whether this acquisition could catalyze a shift in the Ravens' fortunes or elevate the team to perennial playoff contention. The frenzy is compounded by the timing of the announcement, which coincides with key off-season discussions, draft prospects, and upcoming training camps, suggesting that the Ravens may be plotting a long-term strategy rather than a short-term fix. Fans are already projecting fantasy football implications, imagining scenarios where Ramsey's interceptions and lockdown coverage could redefine weekly matchups and even influence betting lines for the season ahead. Behind the scenes, speculation continues to swirl about how Ramsey's contract negotiations and arrival logistics unfolded, with many insiders hinting at intense discussions and strategic maneuvering to secure his commitment. Rumors suggest that multiple teams were offering lucrative deals, but the Ravens' vision, organizational culture, and promise of defensive autonomy may have been decisive factors in Ramsey's choice. Harbaugh's role in persuading Ramsey is being portrayed as instrumental, with sources indicating that the coach personally reached out multiple times to convey his confidence in Ramsey's ability to transform the team. Conversations around training regimens, defensive schemes, and leadership roles within the secondary are already generating excitement and curiosity among the fanbase. Speculation is rampant regarding how Ramsey's presence might influence rookie development, veteran dynamics, and potential position battles in training camp. Analysts are predicting that his arrival could trigger adjustments in how opponents approach the Ravens' defensive front, forcing strategic adaptations across the league. Fans are theorizing about everything from his first game impact to long-term legacies, with social media threads brimming with debates, GIFs, and reaction videos. The intensity of the buzz illustrates not only the significance of Ramsey's addition, but also the narrative potential it brings to the Ravens' 2025 season campaign. As the news continues to reverberate across the NFL landscape, the intrigue surrounding Ramsey's arrival is only deepening. Pundits are questioning how this acquisition might shift the balance of power within the AFC North, examining potential matchups against elite wide receivers and how quarterbacks will adjust their reads and passing strategies to counteract Ramsey's presence. Fans are diving into historical comparisons, highlighting other high-profile defensive acquisitions and debating whether this move could elevate the Ravens into Super Bowl contention sooner than anticipated. Speculation extends to coaching strategies, with analysts theorizing about potential hybrid schemes, coverage rotations, and situational adjustments designed to maximize Ramsey's impact on every down. Media outlets are exploring narrative angles ranging from Ramsey's leadership potential to the psychological effect his arrival could have on both teammates and rivals. Social media continues to amplify every rumor, leak, and insider comment, with debates and discussions seemingly multiplying by the hour. The combination of on-field talent, media frenzy, and fan anticipation creates a perfect storm of excitement and uncertainty. In essence, the Ravens' acquisition of Jalen Ramsey is no longer just a roster update. It has become a cultural event within the NFL, capturing imaginations and sparking speculation that will persist well into the season and perhaps beyond. Speculation continues to mount around how Jalen Ramsey's presence will reshape the Ravens' defensive identity, with insiders suggesting that his arrival could trigger a complete evolution of their secondary philosophy. Analysts are breaking down every possible matchup scenario, envisioning Ramsey shadowing top-tier wide receivers across the league, disrupting passing lanes, and creating opportunities for turnovers that could swing games in Baltimore's favor. Fans have flooded forums with detailed breakdowns, debating whether the Ravens will adopt more aggressive man-to-man coverage, rely on zone schemes that emphasize Ramsey's playmaking abilities, or implement hybrid strategies to maximize his versatility. Rumors from training camp insiders suggest that early drills have been intense, with Ramsey pushing veteran players to elevate their performance while mentoring younger teammates who look up to his NFL experience. Social media has exploded with video clips of highlight reels, commentary, and animated GIFs that portray Ramsey as an almost mythical figure in the secondary, capable of single-handedly altering the outcome of pivotal matchups. The narrative has extended beyond football, as sports media outlets emphasize the psychological impact his arrival might have on rivals, potentially forcing quarterbacks to second-guess decisions under pressure. Betting analysts have begun recalculating odds for divisional games and playoff projections, incorporating Ramsey's potential to create game-changing moments that could redefine the Ravens' 2025 season trajectory. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support keeps us bringing you the latest news on the Baltimore Ravens. And hey, drop your take in the comments below. We want to hear from the flock. Meanwhile, discussions about Ramsey's integration into the Ravens' locker room culture are swirling with intrigue, as fans and commentators speculate about the delicate balance between his bold personality and the team's existing leadership framework. John Harbaugh's reputation for managing strong-willed players is a central theme in these conversations, with insiders suggesting that Ramsey's outspoken nature could either ignite chemistry or provoke internal tension, depending on how early leadership dynamics are established. Rumors indicate that initial meetings between Ramsey, team captains, and defensive coordinators were promising, with mutual recognition of skills, accountability, and strategic alignment, creating an encouraging atmosphere. Fans are dissecting every interview, social media post, and insider leak for clues about how Ramsey's mindset aligns with the Ravens' mission for dominance. Analysts are theorizing that his presence might inspire a cultural shift, pushing younger players to embrace heightened standards of discipline, preparation, and competitiveness. The narrative has sparked debates on podcasts and sports shows, questioning whether Ramsey's influence extends beyond athletic performance to leadership, mentorship, and overall team identity. With off-season narratives heating up, Ramsey's move is being framed as a transformative event capable of altering both the on-field dynamics and internal ecosystem of one of the NFL's most storied franchises. The financial and contractual dimensions of Ramsey's arrival have fueled further speculation, as sports economists, contract analysts, and fan commentators weigh in on the implications for the Ravens' salary cap, future acquisitions, and potential roster flexibility. Rumors suggest that negotiations were both complex and strategic, with multiple teams offering competitive contracts, while Baltimore managed to craft a deal that balanced immediate performance incentives with long-term financial prudence. Analysts are exploring how Ramsey's contract could influence future trade discussions, draft strategy, and free agency moves, speculating that the Ravens are signaling a willingness to invest heavily in elite defensive talent to maintain a championship-caliber roster. Fans have jumped into these conversations with vigor, dissecting numbers, percentages, and potential clauses in Ramsey's deal, often debating whether such investments will yield immediate dividends or represent a calculated long-term strategy. Social media commentary frequently blends finance, strategy, and fandom, creating an intricate narrative web that connects on-field performance with off-field decision-making. Media outlets have drawn comparisons to historical high-profile trades, emphasizing how Ramsey's contract might serve as a template or warning for future acquisitions across the league. The buzz surrounding financials amplifies the overarching sense of excitement and uncertainty, framing Ramsey's arrival as not just a roster enhancement, but a strategic maneuver with league-wide implications. Offensive coordinators and rival teams are already rumored to be rethinking their strategies in anticipation of facing a Ravens defense reinforced by Ramsey, as analysts explore how his presence could influence game planning, quarterback reads, and play-calling tendencies. Speculation suggests that elite wide receivers may face more complex coverage schemes, while quarterbacks may need to adjust timing, targeting, and risk assessments in order to navigate Ramsey's disruptive capabilities. Social media has become a hotbed of predictive analysis, with fans creating hypothetical scenarios, simulations, and animated breakdowns showing Ramsey's potential impact on passing games. Insider reports hint at strategic adjustments, including rotating Ramsey into different formations, leveraging his versatility in blitz packages and designing coverage schemes that allow him to neutralize opponents' best threats. The narrative surrounding these tactical considerations contributes to the perception that Ramsey is a game-changer whose arrival could force league-wide adaptations. Analysts argue that this ripple effect extends beyond the Ravens, potentially inspiring other teams to reevaluate defensive priorities, draft picks, and free agent targets. Fans and commentators alike are captivated by the unfolding possibilities, often debating which matchups will best showcase Ramsey's skill, what statistical benchmarks he might achieve, and how his presence will alter the trajectory of Baltimore's 2025 season. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with exclusive news on our Baltimore Ravens, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what the flock thinks. Drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.